Hey there, folks! I'm your old pal Piggy, and these are my barnyard bitches! Anyway, I'm back with another game pickups video. I haven't done one of these in ages since, like I said in my last video, I took a break. But anyway, yeah, this is all the stuff I picked up over the summer, so to speak. Before we get into the games, something else I want to talk about real quick. Other gaming-related pickup, if you will. Now, one of my other passions besides video games is Legos. And I was ecstatic when I found out Nintendo in some shape or form was teaming up with Lego. Well, we have those like gimmicky Mario playsets, and like, hey, that's cool and all. I'm sure kids love them. That's great. And there's also that like NES type thing, which is pretty cool. I might get that at some point. I don't know, but I'm hoping that this is a step in the right direction. Just the beginning, so to speak, and down the road we'll see some more traditional play sets with like minifigures and stuff, and then maybe we'll see some other Nintendo IPs aside from Mario. So until then, I decided, you know what, I'll get a few of the little, not so much the play sets. I just got a couple of the Mario enemy blind bags. So it's Buzzy Beetle, Bullet Bill, and a Bomb. Yeah, I was kind of hoping for Spiny because it's one of my favorite enemies, but Buzzy Beetle's just as good. And I've always kind of liked the bombs. Anyway, now let's move on to the game. So, first we got a Sega Genesis title. I don't remember the name of it. Chocken, the Forever Man. Yeah. Funny story. I had first found out about this game about 8 or 9 years ago. And of all places, or out of all places, it was on one of AdCam's shitty systems. At the time, I didn't know about their notoriety, and it was, it was one of those like little handheld ones. I was like, oh, little handheld Genesis with built-in games and stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'll buy it. It was at Bed Bath & Beyond. So, but there was a couple of, the quality of those things is shit. But yeah, this was a game I had played on there, and I kind of liked it. It was always in the back of my mind, so I decided to pick it up. The thing with this game, it's not great, but it's not bad. It's an action platformer, and it's kind of clunky, I guess is the best way to describe it, but the concept and like the plot is pretty cool. So now we're gonna jump all the way up to the DS. It's Final Fantasy Tactics A, or Advance 2, / Grimoire of the Rift, or Grimoire of the Rift, whatever. I loved the first game on the Game Boy Advance, and this one, the sequel, was kind of always in the back of my mind. For some reason, I never got around to pick it up. I finally did. I haven't played too much of it yet, but so far it's pretty good. Now, this is another one I've been meaning to pick up. We're moving on to the 360. Fusion Frenzy 2. Now, again, loved the first game. Never played this one. I know it got, like, negative reviews and stuff, but you can't always go by what other people say. Sometimes you gotta try something out for yourself, but I actually haven't played it yet. So, I've been so busy with other games and stuff. So now we're gonna move up to the Xbone. One physical, one digital. I'm gonna talk about the digital one first. The digital game is Battletoads. New Battletoads game. Now, with the original trailer with that game, and then like with all the later trailers and stuff, I was like, okay, I'm not a fan of the art style, but the gameplay looks fun, and at least they're doing something with the IP, so I'm going to give it a shot. So I did, and it's a great game. Again, the art style is, I don't want to say bad, but it is weird. It's funny, the most common joke about it is people are like, oh, it's a millennial art style. It's like, well, millennials are the ones who grew up with Battletoads. Millennials were born from 1980 to 94, whereas Gen Z or Zoomers were born from 95 to 2012. Get it straight. Anyway, the gameplay is solid. Overall, it's, you have the like at most classic Battletoads games, you have a variety of levels, so to speak. Like there's the traditional beat 'em up style levels, then there's some platform levels which are kind of boring, to be honest. And there's a level where you use this alien guy's like basically a toboggan. You have to go over all kinds of different ramps, which are like some of them are made of ice, some are made of slime and stuff. So you have to use like different buttons for each one. The turbo tunnel is back, of course. just as hard as ever. And yeah, so overall the gameplay is good. Oh, there's also a level that's kind of like, well, a couple of levels that are kind of like Galaga, and that's pretty cool. And if you're playing by yourself, it's for 3 players. You know, all 3 of the Toads and such, as well as some other characters. But if you're, if you're playing by yourself, you can actually switch between the characters, which is kind of cool. Damn allergies. Anyway, the what was I gonna say? Well, the music, that's something that always stood out to me with Battletoads games, is how awesome the music is, at least in the classic games. And the music in this, it's kind of hit and miss, in my opinion. It's like, on some of the levels and areas, the music is meh, but on other parts, it's awesome. And, but overall, it's a good game. Not great, but not bad. Another thing, because I haven't finished the game yet, but I thought this was kind of funny, was that there's actually good comedy in it as well. I guess you could say part of the plot, because I don't know, maybe the plot, like I said, I haven't finished the game, maybe the plot will kind of change, so we'll just say part of the plot is that it's like the Toads are trying to regain relevancy, which I thought that was actually kind of ingenious, because there hasn't been a new Battletoads game in over 25 years. Sorry, my damn allergies are going nuts. But anyway, so next, the physical game, it's Destroy All Humans. So, I always loved these games, and I was so excited when I found out they were remastering the first one. For those who are unfamiliar with these games, it's almost like Grand Theft Auto, except you're an alien, you're trying to take over the U.S. At least that's the goal of the first game. You got all kinds of wacky, crazy weapons and things. The comedy is really good, and it's like very, not extremely graphic or anything, but it is like very, I've talked about these games on my channel before, so yeah, I'm not gonna go too deep into details with it. But it's a great remaster. It's pretty much the same game, just with like updated graphics and such. There's also a couple of alternate skins for Crypto, which is kind of cool. I'm hoping they'll kind of keep this going and remake the second one as well, because that one was my favorite. So now we're going to move on to the Switch. Two digital, two physical. The 2 digital, one is Sunset Riders, classic Konami arcade title. I vaguely remember playing the arcade version as a kid. I was more familiar with the Super Nintendo version, but which is good. It's a good port, but the arcade version is definitely better. So I was excited when that was put on the Switch. So I was like, oh, I have to get that. It's almost like Contra, but in the Old West. Absolutely classic title. And the other one is Bug Fables, the Everlasting Sapling, which, best way to describe that, it's almost like the spiritual successor to the first 2 Paper Mario games. Because, see, Paper Mario was originally like a RPG type of game, and then they decided to change it. The third one was good, Super Paper Mario, which was more of an action platformer. And then there was Sticker Star and Color Splash, which I never played those. I just, I was like, it's not really, I don't know, it looks meh. Part of me still wants to try Color Splash. Sticker Star, I'm like, I'm all set. But anyway, so Bug Fables, it's an indie game, and a very good one. Like I said, it's like the first 2 Paper Mario games. It's basically a cross between Paper Mario and A Bug's Life. You play as 3 different bugs. I forget the name. Kabu, I think his name is, or something like that. Who's a stag beetle. Then there's V or Vi, who's a bee, and Leaf, which is spelled with an I instead of an A, and he's a moth. And each of them have like different abilities that you use for battles and navigating through areas like solving puzzles and stuff. And it's a good game. The music is very catchy. I'm hoping there'll be a sequel down the road. But overall, it's a good game. Now that's the thing. I loved the first 2 Paper Mario games, and I liked Super Paper Mario, which, like I said, was more of an action platformer, but because that one had a good story. Like I said, I skipped Sticker Star. I read about it, and I watched like reviews and Let's Plays and stuff. And I was like, I don't know, it's just not really. I'm just not feeling it. But Color Splash was one I'm like, that one looks kind of fun. I still haven't played that. I might try it out down the road. So then we have the new one, Origami King. I was like, okay, you know what, this looks fun, so I'm gonna give it a try, and it is fun. It's a good game. I'm still have a small glimmer of hope that maybe somewhere down the road we'll see something like the first 2 games, and I feel like this is kind of a step in the right direction. First of all, it does have a good story. The plot is that Ollie, the Origami King, has taken over the Mushroom Kingdom, and he's turned all of Bowser's minions into origami, which are the enemies. So you unite with like all these other characters. There are parts. Well, first of all, it's his sister. I haven't finished the game yet. His sister, spoiler alert, Olivia, who like teams up with you, and it's more of like an adventure game. And the battles are actually kind of interesting. It's like a little puzzle type thing, which is actually kind of cool. And then there's basically there are 5 sections of the game, or areas, if you will. Each one has like there's hold on. I know I'm going in circles here, but thing is, Ollie, the Origami King, has taken Princess Peach's castle, and it's wrapped in 5 different streamers, each one a different color. So the streamers each lead to a different area, which is guarded by one of his minions. So you have to defeat his minion, which destroys the streamer. So, and his minions are very generic. Like it's, we saw 3 of them in the trailer. It was, a tape dispenser, rubber bands, which is like shaped like a person. What was the other one? Oh, a colored pencil case. And the other 2, which aren't in the case, are a pair of scissors and a hole puncher. But the thing is, at least they kind of give these they have like somewhat of a personality. Like I think it was the hole puncher. It was either the hole puncher or the tape dispenser. Was kind of like was like a gangster, pretty much like a mafia type guy, and then the pair of scissors was like a swordsman type of thing. But still, like, really, but. There's also bosses, which I don't think there's a picture of them in here. But there's also bosses which are like mythical creatures that have like elemental powers. Like there's a water dragon and a phoenix. So you have to fight them as well. So it's like, okay, that's actually kind of cool. They're origami type creatures, but yeah, the game is good, but it's not bad. Like overall, I'm going in circles here. But yeah, I am enjoying the game. Like, and I still, like I said, I would still love to see something like the first 2 games. I'm actually going to make a video, something like that, for next week's video. But anyway, down to the last one. Streets of Rage 4. Now, normally I don't pre-order stuff, but when I found out this was getting a limited run, I was like, alright, you know what, I'm going to pre-order this. So, because it's also a limited run game, obviously it has a physical copy, a instruction, a card with I think it's Axel on there or something, and a little instruction manual. So this is actually very elaborate and colorful. Like, hold on, I don't know how well you can see that. Well, you get the idea. So anyway, oh yeah, it also came with this little poster pamphlet thing with all kinds of stuff on it, and a soundtrack. Now, as for the game, it's very good. A lot of the characters are back. You have Axel. Well, you have the 3 original characters back: Axel, Blaze, and Max. No, not Max. What the hell? Adam. Excuse me. And then there's 2 new characters. And yeah, there's also a variety of unlockable characters. Most of them are just like the classic characters, like the 16-bit characters, which is actually kind of cool, and it's funny to see them in there, like, and stuff. But overall, it's a very good game. The music is awesome. The gameplay is solid. I know I say that word a lot. And the story is really good. It takes place, like, about, I think, 10 years after or something like that, after the 3rd game. But I can't stop playing this. Even though I've beaten it all the game, there's a variety of modes, like arcade mode and boss rush and stuff, which is a good way to unlock all other characters and stuff. It's such a good game. I'm sure you can't get the physical version anymore, but if you can buy it digitally, definitely check it out, especially if you love the older games. I can't recommend it enough. It's an awesome game. But that's all my pickups for the summer. I'm probably gonna do a Paper Mario type video next week. So until next time, thanks for watching, everybody. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.